So in this video, I'm going to talk to you why I started calisthenics training. So when first time I came across resistance training was around 2 years ago. Well, no, that's when I started. So I started 2 years ago. But the first time I actually was introduced to resistance training was around 5-6 years ago, when I saw my mum, my brother and my father training push-ups and doing pull-ups and doing all these calisthenics exercises. And although I was only young at the time, like 7 or 8 years old, I was still dedicated to actually doing something for my body. Now, although I was always on my iPad 24/7 and that the gym wasn't obviously an option for me, considering that it was too far away, I was too young, and that I didn't have the motivation and the discipline to actually go about consistently training push-ups and calisthenics exercises. Because obviously I was 7 years old. Why would I be training consistently 6 days a week, doing push-ups, dips and pull-ups, when I could be just doing something else? You see, and of course I didn't do that, and what I did instead was that I played on my iPad consistently and non-stop, because I realized that had more entertainment for me, and then I was actually more motivated to eat my vegetables and then go and watch my iPad, considering that the iPad was a good reward for me because I got to do so many things on it, such as playing games and watching videos. Now, when my brother and my father would do push-ups and I saw them doing all these crazy exercises such as the muscle up, although I wanted to do them myself, I knew that they had put in effort, they had put in some level of consistency to get to that level. And I'm doing that right now. I'm currently in that phase of doing calisthenics right now. But at the time, this is where I got most of my inspiration from. Although I didn't pursue it further, during that period of time when I was first introduced to bodyweight training, I would also do push-ups a day, every day. It's like 20 push-ups in a row. Although it wasn't as good form, I knew that I was actually getting somewhere. But 20 push-ups to me back then was amazing, because I never done something like that before, because I was still skinny and I wanted to do something. So might as well. I pushed hard for around a month and I could do around 20 push-ups, which was pretty decent for someone who had only just started and was very skinny as a little kid. So I did those push-ups, and my mom and dad would say, "Zach, I like how you're doing all these push-ups and all these pull-ups. Not all these pull-ups, all these push-ups at home. Why don't you continue that?" I said, okay. And then I did it for a bit longer, but then all of a sudden I just stopped. I just stopped doing any sort of exercise and remained playing soccer, because I had been playing soccer since I was 7, and just not pretty much doing anything regards to resistance training. But you have to come to understand that with all these things going on around me and all these distractions, there was no point of me pursuing it, because I wanted to be a great soccer player. Although I already quit, so I'm not, that dream did not come true. But but when it came to actually trying to be consistent with push-ups and doing all these calisthenics exercises, it just didn't work out. And then my mom and dad, they would ask me, "Zach, what happened to you doing all those push-ups? What happened to all your muscles, your biceps and your arms?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know." That's what I would say. But I knew that this wasn't my priorities. My priorities weren't straight when I was younger. But whose priorities are straight when they're younger? Like, although I had sparked that interest from that early age, I knew I had something that I could be working towards later in the future, and that I could be striving towards doing those difficult exercises that my father and my brother could do. So this is where I got my motivation from. And now it's been 2 years, and it's fair to say that it's been since 2 years ago since I actually officially started training properly for calisthenics, and I can properly say that I've made some pretty decent progress in regards to body weight, strength, skills, my functionality, mobility, flexibility. All of these criterias is something that I have leveled up since 2 years because I've been consistently training. Now, although my structure, my routine split isn't all that accurate, all that sophisticated, it's something that I'm constantly looking to improve, because I know if I keep improving it, then my progress will continue to get better. Because I always had this understanding that you can't get perfect at something the first time. You have to make constant iterations towards it, and then on the hundredth time that you work out, it's almost a perfect workout. But of course, you can make that 1% more improvement, and that will get you the 1% extra strength and size that you want. Now, not also has my strength been improved, much improved, but also the size and my physique. I remember from 2 years ago I was at around 54 kilos, and now I'm at 64, and not even bulky, it's just like normally eating and just puberty in general. So I think that's why I've seen so much progress, is that this puberty stage has really forced me to actually go about becoming a stronger masculine individual and looking for ways to actually improve my physical health and the way that people perceive me. So one way that I could do that, and one way that I knew I could do that, was by resurrecting my calisthenics journey. So I would always watch my brother do all these crazy movements, but I had that interest in me from the start, but I never really thought about continuing and actually taking it serious, because obviously it was only at a young age, and normally kids at a young age always prioritize their entertainment over their health, obviously, because they're not fully developed yet, and that they wouldn't understand that going to the gym and doing all these habits would actually benefit them, because all they want to do is spend time on the iPad or whatever digital device. That was me, and although I quite enjoyed playing all these games, watching all these videos, I knew that I had to pick up this new habit again. So ever since 2 years ago, I had started doing some form of calisthenics training. When I started, I was more doing circuit training, like plank push-ups, and then I would move to high rep exercises. So just normal push-ups, but like 30 reps for like 5 sets. I would do that with 2-minute rest. And although that did put on so much muscle for me, especially because of my newbie gains, once I plateaued off of the newbie gains, it was more about developing a more refined and more sophisticated workout routine. And that's why ever since last year, I had been developing and constantly looking to fix and render my workout routine to match my outcomes and goals with calisthenics. So calisthenics, I've always been looking to develop my strength as well as overall size as a supplement to strength, because because you actually dedicated yourself to working continuously to refining your technique and refining your strength, working towards one sole purpose and goal, which is to get stronger and put on some muscle in calisthenics. And once you achieve that, you can be proud of yourself, because you can say that you did all you could in order to get to that new period and new level of strength. Because at the start, you were once a big, small little twig with little strength, but now you are massive and now you have heaps of strength. Just see how much that does for your mental health. Do you think that your mental health has improved? There's no need for therapists. There's no need for these pill depressants. You don't need any of that. All you need is to focus on your health and your body, and then you will be sweet, because you don't need anything else apart from you actually seeing real life gains and you actually seeing that you're putting an effort to working towards something that is greater than you, which is developing strength and developing the skill to be a calisthenics athlete. That is what I believe. Calisthenics is such a beautiful sport, and I'm going to continue this for possibly the rest of my life because I understand that the benefits that this has not only on my physical health with all the strength and the flexibility and just the better self-esteem, but oh yes, more also my mental and psychological as well because of this better mental self-esteem, better self-image, because you see yourself in the mirror and you see all these lean and defined muscles all around your body, not fat, not skinny fat, not any of these, just perfectly lean, perfectly muscly, and you always want to improve. You never want to stay the same because that's what making progress is. You never want to be plateauing and be satisfied with where you are right now. You always want to be improving and striving for something that is greater than you. That is the only way to achieve and unlock purpose in life and fulfillment, and not just in calisthenics, but in other areas such as business, relationships, and other aspects of your health. So, I hope you guys got something from this video, and if you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.